Hello and welcome to the Indian Community Podcast. My name is Rahul Mehra with my co-host Amit Gupta. Today on the Indian Community Podcast, we are excited to welcome Minali Agrawal, the visionary force behind PepPlay, a company transforming children's play with innovative, educational and eco-friendly toys. With a rich background in sustainable manufacturing, Minali has steered PepPlay to become a beacon of quality and creativity in the toy industry. Minali's efforts have garnered recognition, including being named the Emerging Women Entrepreneur of the Year 2023 and receiving the Digital Women Award in 2022. Just recently, PepPlay has been honored with the Pan India Award for Best Upcoming Brand in the kids and parenting direct-to-consumer industry. Today, Minali will share her journey of innovation and sustainability in the toy industry and how she is helping to shape the future of child development play. Join us as we explore the story of PepPlay and Minali Agrawal's mission to bring joy and learning to the children worldwide. Minali, welcome to Indian Community Podcast.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm really glad to be here. And thank you for inviting me for this meeting. And it's my honor to talk to you.
Hey, welcome to the show, Minali. Minali, can you please share a quick walkthrough of your journey from being a techie to a mompreneur and now an emerging business leader in the toy industry?
We are just growing. So business leader in toy industry is a very big term. We are just starting our journey. So I was with Accenture for like 10 plus years, but the roots are from my childhood where creativity has always been in me. My school always nurtured, they had a special focus on SUPW, how we are creating, crafts using the waste material. And being in Accenture also, always my hobby was to keep doing some creative stuff. So when I became mother, um, that was something which always I was looking for some, creative educational toys for my daughter where she is being engaged with the toy for a longer time. And all the options that were available in India were either imported, were coming from the Europe, and finally everything was made in China. And my family is into manufacturing from like the past 30, 40 years. My father was also a businessman. And while working in Accenture, it just struck me that why everything is made in China, why we can't do things in India also. And with that thought process, we thought that let's start something in India. We have a good, infrastructure here. We already had 3 factories in India near Mumbai, and we have good manpower around us. And it was just the idea that had to be struck. And since I was a mother, I knew the gap in the market that these other products were, not available. So the only crayons that were available were Camlin and the one that we were using till now. And that time I understood that people are looking for, more options because India is rapidly growing and the spending power in India is also increasing, and people are looking out for more options. When they go for foreign trips, they are buying a lot of stuff for their children because it was not available in India. So the
Correct.
thought process that we have to bring all these things in India and make them in India, because when we were launching PepPlay that time, due to COVID, there was a sense of don't use Chinese products, and those kind of talks were going in, and that was a time when we were thinking, okay, we have to bring something. So the combination was so right that people were looking for options where it says made in India, and we were putting a lot of efforts to do that. But it's not easy. Maybe we can discuss about it. Like it was a challenging thing to start something fresh in India. But yeah, so that was how we started PepPlay, from the journey to PepPlay.
So, PepPlay was formed during the COVID times. Is it a COVID baby in that sense?
So we started I had quit my job in Accenture before COVID. COVID happened after that. So we had started thinking about starting a toy company in December 2019. Till
Okay.
that time, I think COVID had not come. It had come in 2020
Yeah,
or
Mark,
Right.
it was happening in China around that time, but by the time it spread out was March, April 2020.
yeah. So it was just a coincidence that I quit my job to start a toy company because we are already into injection and blow molding machines. So that's our main business. So I wanted to start something in toy in the family business only. Then COVID happened. And because the COVID happened, I was spending too much time at home to understand that what is the gap. And that was the time when parents were looking for independent toy options because they wanted children to be independently engaged because the mother was doing the house chores also. They were doing work from home also. And they were spending a lot of time teaching the children. I mean, they were doing the schools also. So they wanted some time where a child is engaged for a longer time without saying mama, papa, like that. So, and that was a time when PepPlay was being, conceptualized and everything. So we were making toys where a child is engaged for a longer time independently. That was our, the roots of our company. So that's it. That is the reason we were able to tap and reach to the maximum people because that was the need of the hour.
Right. But competition from Chinese product was really large. And it's even, I think, even today still it is. So how did you think about PepPlay, and did you have a strategy to compete with all those products in the market? How would you make inroads? Was there something in the mind, and was there a plan?
Um, there was no plan as such because to tell you the truth, how China has worked out in last 2 decades or 3 decades is something we have to learn. I mean, I really like their strategy of developing things and how they are doing. So I would say when in first year everybody was saying no to China, I was saying learn from China. That was my agenda, or my slogan, which I was telling people when people were saying that no to China, and I was saying you have to learn from China because you cannot just shut the door to the supplier of the world. We need to understand that how they are doing it, what they are doing it, what kind of services they are doing. And I was closely understanding how the international brands are working, why they are going there, what kind of services the China is giving. Then only I could, do similar thing here because our goal was not to just sell in India. We were very clear that we want to create a brand for the world, and whatever products we are building, it will be for the world. So for me, it was never that we have to just sell in India. So if the toys are banned in India, we are doing good. My focus was that we have to go on Amazon.com and, US market, Europe market, where we will be directly compared with China products. And the biggest challenge that comes when we have been compared is the price point. Because when Chinese companies are manufacturing the products in lakhs, because that is the volume they are doing, we are just doing in few thousands. So that challenge we are still facing where we are not able to match the price. But just to, into the market, we are trying to sell the product with very low margin. That is the only strategy to sustain in the market.
Quality, are you trying to differentiate through quality, packaging, branding? Is that something that you're actively considering?
Yes. So, one thing which was not there before PepPlay had started, there are only few companies in India which are very conscious about quality. So, in India, there's a misconception that if it is made in India, the quality will not be good somehow. The quality will never be good if it is made in India. And if it is made in India, it has to be lower price. But it's opposite. When you're making in India, since you're doing everything from scratch. So I would say that, like, I'll tell you, Velvet Coloring Card is the first product that we made in India. This is my first PepPlay product, which we came up with. So the
Nice.
technology to make this product was not there in India. It's a common product in China, but it's not, the overall technology was also not there. So we went to different, textile people to understand how it can be made. And we did everything from research from zero. And that's why the cost to develop the product was much higher than what it was coming from China. But the thing was that
Correct.
this product was not available in India and people really loved it. Because here the black part is a velvet and the colored
Okay.
part, this white part is where a child has to color. So I'll show you
Okay.
the not colored one. So this is how it looks. So the white part
Right.
is where a child has to color and the color doesn't come out because this is black. So it boosts a lot of confidence. And we have come up with the Indian, the meditative. This is the tree pose where
Nice.
we have shown that when you do the meditation, the pranayam with the tree pose, your roots are strong and you get this aura with all the, you know, things. So this is
This
something
this
which
is a
Correct.
sorry to interrupt you. This is a beautiful piece, Rahul. I need this for Christmas. Right. Yeah, because I'm naturally attracted to the mandalas and these aura kind of images, Minali.
yeah.
So I really love this.
So
And this has a deeper meaning.
so the
Yeah,
differentiator,
that's
when you
good.
said now from China, how we are differentiated, I think we are differentiating with the designs because we have a control on the
So,
designs and we are able to create the
mhm.
innovative new designs because till now, China have been producing the products for European and Western audience only because they are the biggest consumer and they pick designs which are more related to them. And now we are not just creating their choice designs, but also the designs which will relate more to Indian audience also.
Right.
In fact, I won't be surprised if China starts looking at your designs and starts copying them, because eventually they'll realize that these are more in trend versus some of the side stuff that they're producing. So yeah, you might want to watch out for that, Minali. But that's good. I really love the design that you've come up. In fact, this reminds me, and this whole talk about India and China and imports and exports reminds me of one interesting statistic that I recently came across, where between 2014 and 2020, the import of toys in India declined by 52%. And the rise of exports was close to about 240% in terms of rise of exports. So we were bringing lesser toys from China and other countries, and we were sending more made in India toys outside of India. So, Minali, you're so close to this industry and you're seeing this happen day in and day out. What do you think are the main contributors to this trend?
Prime Minister Modi. So that's the biggest answer for this question because I think just after, in between the COVID only, the policy was put in place where there were high imports on toys, almost 100%. And even when that was not able to help, the BIS came into picture and BIS is equivalent to a EN71 in Europe and ASTM in US. So these
Mhm.
are what was happening before 2020, all kind of toys were getting dumped in India. So whether it is, 5 rupees that plastic toys or, lot of low quality toys were coming in India. And the first thing that was done in toy industry was to bring the certification into place that this is the most important thing which we are giving to a child. And child is very delicate thing in our life. And if we are not testing the products, what we are giving to them, it's not safe. So that safety factor was never there in India. And the current government brought that restrictions that without BIS, the products cannot enter India. And even for the manufacturers in India, the BIS regulations are very strict. And all the manufacturers follow that. Everybody has to have a testing labs in their factories. And due to which a lot of imports were restricted. And government was so serious about these kind of regulations that there were so many raids that had happened in all across the nations. Even big stores like Hamleys had to give answer, and all the products which were not BIS certified and they were just imported from China were destroyed. And even on the ports, the toys were not allowed to enter, and they were actually destroying it by burning the toys and everything, because they had to take so much strict action so that people stop. Otherwise, if they are just putting the fine, people were ready to put, give the fine and everything, but they were very strict. No answer, no money was helping anyone. And it was a great move. It was a difficult time for the whole toy industry. Not for us, because we were just entering the market and we were entering with all the regulations. But the people who were there in the industry for a longer time, who were importers, they had a very hard time that time. But I think everybody is now happy because, as you know, the numbers of imports have dropped drastically, and people are forced, who are not doing, they are forced to make products in India, and now they have got so much opportunities. Then government policies in India is such that they promote all the manufacturers to do exhibitions outside India. There are so many subsidies that we have been getting from government. So government is pushing hard for us. They are giving us a lot of opportunities to go out and showcase. So I really feel that the current government is doing a very good job.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Great. That's a very strong statement, especially in the election year, Minali. So,
But
But-
it's new thing which I'm saying. I'm not very political person that I'm just, I'm doing Modi, but we can see that. Matlab, it really helped. So, yeah.
right, you're speaking on based on your personal experience and opinion, right? So, which is great. In fact, just a couple of days ago, I was reading that India has been declared as the cancer capital of the world, right? And I think one of them, and you spoke about a very important thing, how sensitive children are. And I feel one of the causes that could be leading us towards cancer and those kind of illnesses could be the exposure to harmful chemicals, especially when there is no quality control
True.
in place, right? I'm very worried when kids put toys in their mouth and there's all this paint and color and the plastic. It could be low quality plastic, right? Which is now inside pretty much inside their body or their system. So I feel that those statistics will hopefully get addressed in the long term with such policies and measures in place.
Yeah.
I had a question regarding this, the same thing what Amit is asking. So you said that BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards, you follow, you have a lab in your factory and you do, quality checks. So how does it work? Can you briefly tell it? How does it work? I mean, do you test each and every toy, or do you test batches? How does the process work?
So, when you make a new product, you have to first, when you have developed only, like you have not created the whole batches, you have to send it for testing in BIS.
Okay.
And once the BIS tests are done, first you have to do the testing in your labs. There are the set of tests which they have given that you have to do it at your test factory. And those reports we have to keep ready. And when we send the product for testing in the labs which are being accredited by BIS, once the test is passed, they ask for our test reports also. And once they approve it on their system that this is BIS certified, then only we can print the product and sell the product.
Right. I'm sure this will be very helpful for anybody who is going to start a new business and maybe starting new toy
Yeah.
business. So they should know what the process
Yeah, and BIS is very
That's
important, not only to sell it offline, but even online. If you want to sell the products, BIS is mandatory in India.
Okay. So nobody can sell a toy today without a BIS.
They should not. So if people are doing it online,
They should not.
they might get into grave danger. It is not allowed. And the best part
And
is
does it also apply to handicraft products if you are aware of it?
no, handicraft,
Not to those.
not on those. And it is only applicable for the toys which are for under 16 years of age, not for above
Okay.
16 years of age.
All right.
Those are the ones that put the toys in the mouth.
But
Yeah.
I think BIS
So-
is a boon because if your product is BIS certified, which is a very stringent testing process in India, your product will not get failed when it is going for EN 71 and ASTM, which are the Europe and US testing standards. So I think it's a really good thing which had happened to toy industry.
That's right.
Okay. So that is also good to know that the standards are at par with these international standards. So if you were to pass through BIS, that means there's a very good chance that you'll go through the other
Yeah.
standards too.
Yes, that's correct.
All right. So what's next for PepPlay? Are there any new products or initiatives that you're planning in the coming years?
Yeah, so we have recently launched this velvet canvases, which I was showing it to you. So these are the canvases form. This we have launched for the teenager
These are
category because till now the velvets were for the small children. And this is something which has been appreciated even for the corporates, because these are very relaxing for mind and it really helps people to get. So this is one more design which is on music. So like this, we have many designs. And then we are also thinking to start something on terracotta because terracotta is very Indian clay and it gives a feel of India, the pottery of India, the matkas and the history of India. So this is a toy where a child can color and it on their table for good luck or something like that. Then we are also developing these, money piggy banks where a
Piggyback.
child. So we wanted to do something modern where dinosaur is something which every child loves, but the piggy banks are always in form of pig or the houses or both shapes. So we wanted to do something like this. Even like NASA has decided to take astronauts to moon, so we thought that we can also do something different for children where they can relate the astronauts, and this is a toy where they can color it and then they can store their money in this. So this is the range that we are
Yeah,
developing.
this one is going to be a super hit toy this year because we are expecting NASA to send astronauts to space again this year. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure this is going to be a trending toy.
Then we have this, we are just working on it. It's not yet finished. So this is a special toy. This is for small children, like 1-year-old children, where the tummy of this toy is magical. So there's a magic here. It comes with this special water pen. So when a child color it, they will find clothes behind it. And the best part of this toy is that when it dries up, it again becomes white. So a child as small as like 1.5 to who have just started holding the pen, they love to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a magical toy.
This is cool. This is good.
The name of this toy is
This is
Singha. And the size is apt for their hands.
Singapore.
Singha. Singha. Singha means
Sing.
sing. Singha.
I know it.
So we are.
I heard Singapore.
So we are still developing it. I think by September we should be able to launch this one.
This is cute. This is cute.
So we are getting the early preview of soon to come toys, Rahul.
Yeah.
If you need toy
Yeah.
testing,
Any copies?
if you need people to test toys, yeah, then Rahul and I will sign up.
Then PepPlay is
We
very
are your target persona.
target. Like PepPlay got famous, popular very fast because of the reusable series we have. So coloring has always been on paper and canvas. So it was always one-time thing. Once it is wrong, you have to use the new paper to do the coloring. So we have this whole range of reusable products. So this is our superhero cape, where a child can color the cape, they can wear it, they can write the name and just wash it in the washing machine and it is voila. It is again new. So every time they can do it, they can use the different colors all the time, do innovations. Then we have these reusable mats, coloring mats. It's a big box. So these mats are 100% reusable. It comes with the special wet erase markers. So we spend a lot of time doing research on making the product little innovative so that a child is engaged for more time. So when a child is coloring on a reusable mats right now, they come with a dry erase pen. So when they're doing the color comes on their hands, the color, the mats colors goes smashed and it goes merged. So that was a problem that every parent was facing. to eradicate that, we invented a pen where it will be only erased with wet water, like wet cloth. Otherwise, the color will be dry. So a child who is coloring the mat, they can actually keep the mat for longer time, use it as a placemat, use at the dinner table and kind of thing. So that is a concept that we have worked on, and it's working really good.
So, setting up a toy brand is not only about being creative, being sustainable. There's so many things going on over here, which is very intriguing. And I also recently saw one of your LinkedIn posts where there was an elderly lady who was actually playing with your toys, and she was describing how it has helped, a lot of people, especially with dementia, elderly people with dementia. Can you tell us what was your first reaction when you saw that, and how do you think this is going to shape your products in the future?
So I'll tell you a story behind it. So I have a grandmother who lives with us. She is 85 now, and she's mostly in her room only because she can't walk much. But she loves to spend time with my daughter a lot. When a old person becomes old, they are as good as a child. And they can't do much things,
Correct.
but they love to do easy things. So we gave her the velvet card, and she was enjoying coloring it because her hand was shaking. But when the shaking hand comes on the velvet card, the result is always good because, it doesn't go on the part. And my daughter was also coloring with her, and both of them were enjoying the time. And that is when I realized that, wow, so this product can go well to all the old age homes, and where they don't have to have anything, but they want activities like a child. We want to engage our child. So we want to engage our
Correct.
older people also, because they are also getting bored. And all our toys were some for the age group of 3 to 10. And that is the age, like if you go for 70 to 80 or 70 to 100 years age group people, they are also like children and they love these products. And when they are doing it and they are able to complete it, it boosts so much confidence to them. They feel so good about it. They're able to, recognize the number. They are able to interact with the children. They are able to interact with grandchildren. So that connection is built. It is something which we didn't thought that will work, but it is working really well. And even the neurodiverse children, our products are helping so much in that community as well, because our products, the base of our product is building or doing the products independently without much help. And if a child is doing any product, anything without any help, the first thing that comes in a child is the confidence. They feel so
Correct.
confident. I have able to do it. And in neurodiverse community, that is the biggest challenge a child goes through, because they have a self-doubt about themselves. And when they do such activities where they are able to do it without the help, they feel, wow, this is something I want to do again and again. So our toys does not help small children, but it is, helping a lot of different age group people, be it neurodiverse, be it the old people, be it the people who are just stressed out from their life. They have to just do coloring. Coloring is the best meditative thing they can do ever.
Cool. So, Minali, can you tell us a little bit about the services you offer for toy manufacturers? I mean, how you help other people who want to build their own toy brand?
We are doing OEM services for people outside India, because since PepPlay is already there in India, we don't make similar products for Indian brands. But if there are people around the globe outside India who wants to build their brand, we are open to do the manufacturing for them. PepPlay acts as a catalog where we show them that this is our capability. And if they want to build anything apart from the PepPlay catalog, that we have a very strong sourcing team. Recently, we are been in discussion with brands like Faber-Castell, Sassy, and RMS, where we are sourcing for them products and making their designs for them. And also, we are providing design services for few brands where they want only the illustration part to be done, because illustrations in India are the value of the illustration work is much less than what is happening outside India. So we also get that done.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and we are open to sell our products outside India. So if anybody wants to start their own business where they don't know where to start, we are open. They can buy our products and start reselling in their area. And once they get confidence that these kind of products are working for them, we can create products in their own branding as well.
Great.
So that's an interesting point, Minali, because there are a lot of investors, or let's say startup founders outside of India, who are looking for new products, and maybe when they're listening to this, they'll realize that yes, they can reach out to Minali, and we'll have your links in the description of this video. So people should be able to reach out to you and ask you for more advice and help with their own brand manufacturing, right? So which is definitely an important area, because not so a lot of people may have ideas and the resources in terms of funds to be able to bring a brand to life, but they may not have the technical skills and the infrastructure to be able to produce a good brand. Um, Minali, I'm also seeing a growing trend of Bharat inspired toys, especially in India and now even overseas. I was at a store called One More recently, and I saw um, a range of products called Matra Bhumi, and really good creative products. I fell in love with some of their toys. And what are your thoughts on this trend? Are you seeing that, especially because you're so close to the market? Are you seeing this trend, and what are you doing to address this trend?
I think it's a very interesting trend which is going on, and it is in parallel to the fact that made in India toys are getting promoted now, and people are moving from made in China to made in India. And since they're designing everything in India, we have a thought process, we have such a strong cultural history in India, and India is full of resources. And when we are developing products, we always think that how we can teach the history, or educational toy is something which is very much trending right now. And when it comes to educational toys, think that how we can include the culture of India in the toys, so that children, when they are learning, they are playing with the toys, they are able to relate more. And I think especially for a large community of people who are living outside India, they really feel the need of that cultural connect for their children, because obviously they are staying there, but they have that connection to their nation, and they always want to be connected, and they want their children to be connected. And toys or games is the best way to make them know about the culture. And I really think this will help parents to connect with their child more, and this trend will go more ahead. That is what I feel.
That's great. And finally, my last question, Minali, would be, where can we buy your products today? Where are they sold?
So our products are almost everywhere in India, wherever you will go. So currently we are on Amazon, Flipkart, FirstCry. Then in offline stores, we are in Hamleys, Toys R Us, Crossword. Now we are also started business with Adani Group. So we'll be present in all Adani airports. And then we are obviously available on our website, www.pepplay.in. And outside India, we are available in UK, Ireland, Mauritius, UAE, Singapore. And we have just started one consignment with US in Barbados. So yeah. So we are eagerly looking for people who want to start business or who have business in toy industry in US to come and see our portfolio. We'll be more than happy to start business in US, because I really feel that our products will be a good addition to that market. And in fact, I was talking to one of my friends last year, and I was saying that there are so many spouses who go along with the people in US and they want to do thing and they don't know what to start, give them the idea that they can do the return gift business, because every child has a birthday and everybody calls 20 to 30 friends these days, and return gifts is a very big market these days, you know.
Correct.
And they can buy these products and do
Yep.
WhatsApp marketing, whatever they want to do. US is a big market. They can start.
Absolutely. No, I completely agree. I've seen those party packs that you have on your website, especially that cape, the princess cape one, right? So I've seen you can buy a pack of 12 and 24 and 36. So that's really creative, right? So nice. Wonderful. Minali, I'm really glad that you were able to give us this time at this late hour in the night and share all the insights and your experiences in this industry. We wish you all the best on behalf of the whole Indian community. I'm I'm really delighted to see a made in India toy brand coming up and competing with these big names and big players. So we are cheering for you, and we hope that every child, is able to enjoy the toys that play and you make. So thank you so
That's
much for
dream. That's the dream.
excellent. Thank you.